This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It is Thursday, August 13th, 2026. Let's get you up to speed.
We always start with the Gist View. Today we are looking at the rules of the digital economy, specifically who gets the blame when things are copied online.
Shein just lost a major copyright lawsuit against Temu in London's High Court. Shein sued Temu because merchants on Temu's app allegedly copied thousands of Shein's product photos.
But the judge ruled in Temu's favour. Judge Kayleen Bacon said Temu did not authorise the copying. Temu did not even know about it.
This ruling protects a core idea of the internet. It is called platform neutrality.
Think of it like a public bulletin board at a coffee shop. If someone pins up a stolen recipe, you do not sue the coffee shop owner.
Exactly. Online marketplaces rely on this legal shield. It gives them infinite scalability. They can grow massively because they outsource all the inventory risk to independent sellers.
Now, let's look at the power dynamics here. Temu is not just a passive bulletin board. They use aggressive algorithms. They strictly control prices. They act a lot like an active store manager.
But the court decided to prioritise an open e-commerce model over strict copyright enforcement. If platforms were held directly liable for every single upload, they would drown in lawsuits. Their rapid growth supply chains would simply collapse.
Temu even won a counterclaim. They proved Shein sent wrongful takedown notices.
This legal clarity comes at a crucial time. Shein is preparing for an initial public offering, a stock market debut in Hong Kong. They are aiming for a massive $30 billion valuation. Ultimately, this ruling insulates decentralised retail models. The big platforms keep their legal armour, and the rapid growth machine keeps running.
Let's shift to the global overview. We are looking at a different kind of extraction today. The United States is cracking down on Chinese state talent programs.
A federal science probe just concluded a major investigation. They found that a researcher named Tao Li took United States research money without disclosing his ties to Beijing.
This is not just a paperwork error. This is about massive resource flows. Right. Federal investigators are targeting the covert transfer of publicly funded science. They want to stop intellectual property from flowing to Beijing.
Look at the incentives. This is a very smart capital extraction strategy. Foreign states use the open United States academic system to grab valuable data.
And United States taxpayers already subsidize that data, so the foreign state avoids all the heavy upfront research and development costs. It is a massive discount on innovation.
But that regulatory window is closing fast. United States institutions are being forced to make a hard choice. They have to prioritise geopolitical security and funding transparency over borderless scientific exchange.
It is the end of an era for globalised science. The walls are going up.
Turning to the European perspective, we are seeing structural stress tests across the continent. Let's start in Romania.
We have warned before that Europe's river infrastructure is highly vulnerable to climate change. Today, we have proof.
Romania's national energy company just shut down Unit 2 at the Cernavodă nuclear plant. They already closed Unit 1 back in July.
The problem is the Danube River. The water level hit a minimum of negative 230 centimetres on the river gauge.
These reactors are a specific type called CANDU. That stands for Canadian-designed pressurised heavy water reactors. They absolutely need river water for cooling.
Crews tried dredging the river. They even used explosives to clear pathways, but the water is just too low.
This is a massive hit. Romania just lost roughly 20% of its electricity. They are being forced to rely on alternative energy and imports immediately.
It is a harsh irony. Nuclear power is built to fight climate change, But extreme climate events, like this severe drought, are literally forcing the technology offline.
To be clear, this is a local water constraint. It does not mean nuclear power is flawed, it just means you cannot run a water-cooled reactor without water.
Moving to Germany, there is some wild political manoeuvring in the state of Thuringia.
Bjorn Höcke leads the AfD. They are a right-wing populist party. He just offered to help elect Sarah Wagenknecht as the state minister-president.
Wagenknecht leads the BSW. They are a newer, left-wing, economically nationalist party.
So the far right offered the left wing a crown. Did she take it?
Not a chance. Wagenknecht flatly rejected the offer. She called it dishonest. She even challenged him to a televised debate.
This tells us a lot about the structural power plays in Germany right now. The BSW wants regional influence, but they desperately need to maintain a strict barrier against the far right to keep their credibility.
Finally, let's look at the German wallet. The IFO Institute, one of Germany's top economic think tanks, reviewed the government's 2027 income tax reform.
Their verdict is not great. Institute President Clemens Fuest says the plan provides hardly any new growth impulses for the economy.
The policy basically just offsets inflation. It stops something called bracket creep. That is when inflation pushes your salary into a higher tax bracket, even though you can't actually buy more stuff.
The reform fixes that, but it also raises the top marginal tax rate. Ultimately, it fails to incentivise hiring. It does not shift the big macroeconomic picture at all.
So, what is today's temperature? E-commerce platforms keep their invincible legal armour. Academic science is building higher walls to protect public data, and climate realities are literally drying up Europe's energy backup. It is a day of deep structural stress tests from digital copyrights down to the riverbeds.
Spot on. And hey, if you like having a smart friend keep you in the loop, you should join us every day. You can subscribe to the Gist daily newsletter for free. The link is right there in the show notes.
Thanks for listening. We will see you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.